Good afternoon, everybody. And let me say that you all really don't know how good you look to me this afternoon. But one thing that I do want to say and remind us of is that the real measure of success for this gathering is going to show up a few days from now. The reason I say that is to remind us to adhere to social distancing mandates. We do not want this to become a super spreader like number 45's events become every time they meet.
That's right.
We are more precious to one another than that. I want to, first of all, say to you that I am the president of the North Carolina NAACP, which represents more than 65 adult branches across the length and breadth of the North Carolina State Conference and about 25 youth and college division chapters. When translated out, that means that we service about 20,000 members across the state of North Carolina. And those 20,000 members are standing here with us today. My brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, nephews and nieces, cousins and friends, we come together this afternoon to gain justice for the next generation.
That's right.
We don't fight for ourselves. We fight for our children,
That's right. That's right.
our grandchildren,
Yes.
our nephews, and our nieces.
Yes.
The NAACP was formed in 1909 on the 100th anniversary of the President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The great emancipator, as he is sometimes called, was assassinated at age 55 on a balcony after he had mobilized an army, white and black, to smash the sin-filled system of slavery. Dr. King was born 20 years after the NAACP was formed in 1929. He too was assassinated on a balcony way before his time. He was 39 years old. Dr. King would have celebrated his 92nd birthday on January 15th, 2021. That's 5 days. I repeat, 5 days before President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, who looks like so many of you, ignite the torch of truth and justice on Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C. This thing is giving me a little trouble. In 1954, the NAACP legal team put a legal stake in the heart of the sin-filled system of Jim Crow, which Southern slavers and their grandchildren had invented to keep people of color in our places. 9 old white men ruled that any legal wedges between people of color were unconstitutional because any separation based on race deprived Americans of the equal protection of the laws. A year later, the Montgomery, Alabama NAACP and her secretary, Ms. Rosa Parks, decided that she should test whether Jim Crow was dead in Alabama. And with the recently brutalized Emmett Till on her mind, she intentionally committed civil disobedience on a bus and was charged with a misdemeanor. And she, a 27-year-old minister, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the primarily black bus riders of Montgomery, walked and organized carpools for a year. And a year later, Jim Crow buses were banned in Alabama and soon in the entire South. The NAACP and a new generation of Southern leaders learned the importance of giving space, place, and support to the new generation, particularly when they are prepared to step into the strange circumstances like the ones we face today. A deadly pandemic, an open, racist, incompetent president, and a 60-year coordinated effort by the Tea Party and others to suppress the votes of an increasingly progressive and younger electorate who are innately more understanding of the devastation of the history that I just touched upon on colored people. Thank you for listening to this history, for it is long, but it is applicable to the movement here today. Against the policies and mendacity of the Alamance County Sheriff, Terry Johnson, who quite frankly conducts himself and the sheriff's office just as if he were a grand supporter of Jim Crow, or himself a member of the white supremacist Tea Party. It is in his nature to foster a culture of bias, which undermines the Alamance County Sheriff's Office from serving and protecting the African American community. So we, the North Carolina NAACP, has come to join in the fight for justice for the next generation. Like the Montgomery NAACP, behind Rosa Parks, we know that near pulpit preaching has its limitations. Like the young Jesus of justice standing before Pilate in the courthouse square.
Come on, Doc.
Some of us know we can preach more passionately, teach more effectively,
Come on, Doc.
and reach more young people in our courthouse squares.
Oh, yeah.
Rosa Parks was charged with a misdemeanor for her disobeying the unjust Jim Crow law.
Oh, yeah.
I, along with 1,000 others, were charged with trespassing in the people's house. The Alamance District Attorney had the gall, the unmitigated gall,
Yeah.
to charge my friend Gregory Drumright with 2 felonies. For what? For telling the truth in the courthouse square, and for standing tall on behalf of the leaders of the next generation.
That's right.
Reverend Drumright, to you I say, stand tall.
Yes, sir.
And Greg, I just want you to know that we've got your back.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall and rest assured that in the service of justice, the spirit of unflinching courage will shine far brighter than brute force and power ever will. The more they trample on your rights, the more they endanger their own. Stand firm and fight on anyhow. Keep your hand on the gospel plow. Harder yet may be the fight. Right may often yield to might. Wickedness a while may reign. Satan's cause may seem to gain. But there's a God. I said there's a God that rules above with hand of power and heart of love. And if we're right, I said if we're right, and I know we're right, that God will fight our battles. I said that God will fight our battles. And we will. Yes, we will. Have peace someday. The people united can never be defeated.
Come on.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. You said the people will never. You said the people will never. Come on, the people united will never be defeated. One more time.
United will never be defeated.
Let's hear it for Reverend Dr. T. Anthony Spearman. Thank you, Dr. Spearman.